So I've been kind of sitting on this idea for a while to try and break this chart down and piece together kind of what I was thinking about when I was playing through it and trying to clear this as my first D26. Before this credit, actually, you can see here, this was the fourth song. This was the fourth time I'd pretty much ever given the chart a serious attempt. I'm fairly familiar with it from watching it over and over, just like casually, really trying, not really trying to take anything away from it per se, but just like in general, I am familiar with what it does, but not necessarily how to apply that to my own gameplay and trying to clear it, because it's not really something that I had my sights set on. But that's just to say that like there's a general level of familiarity with it to begin with that I had, and it was just trying to piece that together with my skill set and what I'm capable of. I think at this point I had about 7 or 8 D25s. I really wasn't looking to clear any D26s at this point, frankly, and this was just kind of a one-off attempt for the first song of this credit, and it was, I think, about a measure off, so I just kind of kept playing it and trying to learn it. So I figured I would try and highlight the things that I did learn and see if it can help anybody. Obviously the first half is pretty easy. There's nothing to note. It's just that walk across pattern in several different variations. You can choose to do them properly. At this point, you probably should be familiar with how to manipulate this sequence, but if you're not, it's really not a big deal. It's, 5 arrows that happen over and over, but at this point you should know that the minuscule stamina saving for each time it does this sequence, which is probably like 20 times throughout the first minute of the song, will definitely add up. And I think it's more of a mental stamina thing as well. If you're not used to it, you will, it'll kind of burn you out mentally, kind of thinking about it and trying to be in the right place if it's not your first instinct. So I think in general, outside of just individual charts in a vacuum, that's something that should be practiced, because it's something that does show up not as nicely as it does here, but say in different charts with actual transitions throughout a full stream or something like that. It's definitely just a valuable skill, and it's pretty much just a test of it here. This was pretty bad compared to the other 3 attempts that I had here. I was just dropping a lot, but I knew obviously it didn't necessarily matter if I was just trying to pass, or at least figure things out and get closer. Does that sequence where it goes back and forth here. That's something that I noted. Obviously, it saves some stamina. So literally nothing in the first minute of the song. Here I knew the run starter on the left. It does the first transition here. So I'll bracket across once, left to right, right to left. It does the same walk across pattern. The third time I knew it wasn't a straight walk across and it would go diagonally. There. So I knew to hit that here. I think I missed it on this attempt here, but every other attempt I think I was piecing that together and comboing it, because obviously that's very important for life bar and for physical momentum. If you're slacking, if you're not, it matters if you're not hitting the panels because your life bar is going down, but if you're not mentally prepared to swing across as fast as 1 2 1 2 on 8th notes, you're not going to be here in time, and you're going to miss a lot more than just these 4 arrows. I knew this step here. Your foot's already in this position, back and forth. That actually went relatively well. I don't think I was comboing that in the previous attempts. And you jump here, same sequence, stare, I knew just to kind of like hit this a couple times, because you're here, jump, left, here. So just hit the stair. I don't normally go for this outer blue when I'm trying to cheat stairs, and that's something that if you're comfortable with, it's, you know, an extra miss that you're not taking, which will absolutely cut your overflow. So if you are comfortable with hitting the outer blue, go for it. I am normally not, and I don't honestly know why I was going for it. I was trying to hit this note in every attempt, and it was working. So I think that's something that I might personally consider trying to incorporate into more gameplay. But yeah, this is like basically a very telling sign of how the rest of the chart is going to go. And that went pretty well. I think I only missed one or two in the later half of the sequence here. I knew this anchor, every other note on the right foot is a center, so I was just kind of bracketing. I wasn't like moving my foot in that way. I was just kind of bracketing back and forth, down, up, and that'll give you enough. Like, I missed this connection here, but I know you can just face right and kind of walk across on eighths, but that's not something that I'm familiar with or comfortable enough to have practiced. So I go here, I know I can land this, get the hold, and I'm already in position for this. Again, I know you can face left and right here, and that's probably the more consistent way that most players will be able to access this chart. But for me personally, that is not something that I know how to read or can parse in the moment while I'm fucking panicking my ass off. So I knew that it would stay in here for a good couple measures, get over here to this hold, and then hit this stair movement. You can see I kind of like hit it twice on these top three after getting on this hold and then leaping over to this side. There's really no transition point. Like, there's no good like 8 notes that you're staying here. It wants you to go from here up onto this side and then really hit once, walk across, hop, stair. I think here I actually used my left foot on the stair. If I were to like have actually labbed this out a lot harder, I would have hit the walk across left, right, and then stepped onto this. But that's something that just worked in the moment. The life bar like did not drop as low as it really should have. I got very lucky with comboing the middle 6, hitting pretty much as much of it as I could. Every other attempt I was visibly dropping life and still almost clearing, like within the last measure. So that saved me. I think the very last 2 measures went more poorly than they were before, but it's really just connecting it's knowing what you want to do, more than actually executing it. The difficulty is figuring out what strategy works the best for you. Yeah. So that's what my thought process was for the ending of this chart, the last 40 seconds of it, at least. Pretty much TLDR, learned how to hit this, right? Obviously vital. If you're even playing 25s, I think this is a valuable skill to learn. Just the most important 4 arrows in the game, because it also translates into stairs, because you can, like I was saying, you'll want to hit these into the stair. But yeah, I figured this was an interesting thing to break down. It's a chart that's very in my skill set. I'm very much not close to any other D26, at least without learning currently, and this one I really had not learned much to begin with prior to this night. So I thought it was kind of an interesting thing to get into my head and see what I was thinking about and the notes that I was taking in this process mentally, like seeing what I was missing, recognizing patterns. This is very much like an isolated chart. Like the notes, like the things that I was learning about are really not going to transfer to many other charts on paper. But I think I was really happy with how I was able to mentally note certain things that were happening, and I hope that can transfer at least. So good luck if you're trying to clear this.